So hello, well I'm about to make another video, so I think yeah, I thought he was about to pass out. I knew it, he's going to pass out in boredom. Like I've no doubt everybody else does, but well, I crack on. I try. So today I'd like to take a look at this book, which is, I think, wonderful. It's called The Splendor Seekers. It's a history of America's multi-millionaires and, you know, the $50 million club as they were known. These were the boys that had all the money. This was given to me by a great friend of mine here in Poland, where I am, who is dead now, unfortunately. And I'll sort of leave her. His mum worked abroad in America, and she used to clean hotel bedrooms, you know, and she worked her butt off so hard, and sent her son, well, this book, and that's my mate. He died in 2016. So God, so long, goddamn long ago. He was a wonderful fellow, and I've had to translate what he wrote because I don't really have that much interest in Polish anymore, I'm afraid. Sorry, old chum, but since my brutal divorce, I couldn't give two shits or a lamb's wagger, as my old granny used to say. But that says, please take this book as a present, not only from me, but also from my mum, as a sign of respect and recognition to your fascination with Poland and America. This is my gift to you, Andy, Robert. Bless you, mate. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I know you're in heaven because you're a good bloke. You were a good chap, and that's a fact. Robert was a tour guide in the mountains here, and a wonderful fella. But he just dropped dead one day. What the fuck, you know? Excuse my language, but So this is the tale of all the mega rich that you know, effectively the Yerkes, the Vanderbilts, and all the people that were, I suppose, were they Schwabs, or were they New York? Were they New York? I like a New York accent. I met a girl once who had a New York accent, and I really fancied her, but I think I was so kind of pushy that I think I frightened her off. Otherwise I could have been living over there now myself, but these were the mansions that they built. So this one's awesome. The Marble Palace. I said in Fifth Avenue. I love all these names. Fifth Avenue, 3rd and 4th Street, and it's exciting for me, to be honest with you. America was always exciting. I did go over there actually. I went to California, and I went to Arizona, and I went to Brain. Is it Utah? Yes, I think it is. I went there too. And but look at the decadence of these old billionaires, the Vanderbilts. What the Vanderbilt built. Wonderful. The Splendor Seekers. Oh, well-named book, you know. But of course what they were was that they were society billionaires, you know, nowadays they would be, and they were trying to outdo each other. My house is bigger than yours, isn't it? I mean, it's like that old joke, you know, my daddy owns Harrods. And the other girl says, well, my daddy gave your daddy Harrods for Christmas. So there you go. Boom, boom. But no, there's some wonderful pictures, and you know, what an era. I'd love to see. Where I went, actually, in California, there was the beautiful city of San Francisco. You know, I loved that place, and although it was in 1909, it was struck by some dreadful earthquake, which effectively caused huge fires. The majority of the houses were wooden, so that they could sort of wobble with the tremors, because it's on the San Francisco sits on the San Andreas Fault, you know. Mrs. Astor, the Astors. Well, I've got a story about them, but effectively what happened was the city nearly burned down, and there's just a few properties left called the Painted Ladies, they're called, If you watch the film Mrs. Doubtfire, you'll see those houses in that movie with the Robin Williams, the beautiful Robin Williams film, Mrs. Doubtfire, great comedy. The Astors, okay, the Astors. Well, they lived in England as well. They were everywhere because they had loads of money in it. They probably had properties all over the world. They lived in a place called Cliveden, which was not far from where I used to work in Cookham. And they had a house there, which is now a hotel. It's been converted. Obviously, no one could afford to run such a huge place. Look at the Andrew Carnegie. Yes, didn't he? What was he up to? Didn't he build the railways or something? I forget. My brain is going. Unfortunately, it's all. In fact, the bug has left the room. I don't know where it's going. Didn't even leave a darn note goodbye. But Tyson Yerkes, Charles Tyson Yerkes, I know him as well from history. These were the exclusive people who built America. Charles Schwab. Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember what he did to make all his billions, but it says here maybe. No, it doesn't. That's the whole funny thing. It doesn't. But these multi-millionaires would have nowadays been multi-billionaires. I mean, these are the Jeff Bezos, the Bill Gateses of the previous year. In fact, they were probably bigger than that. William Andrews Clark. That's interesting. Sorry, mate. I'll put a picture of the face. That's a beard, isn't it? My God. I've got one of them, but it's somewhere down Netherlands, isn't it? But the Clark Mansion took 7 years to build. Can you believe that? 7 whole years. It's amazing. The money they had, and look at the floor plan. Crikey Almighty, the petit salon. The music room. You see, they just loved their lives, and they earned the money, innit? That gate is probably worth more than my house. What do you reckon, Jimbers? The old gate's probably not. It's probably our gate's falling off the hinges, isn't it, mate? It's all gone, isn't it? And they used to have these wonderful balls, and where they would kind of introduce each other in society. You know, they would introduce their daughters and their sons to other rich people, and obviously escalate the wealth. I presume that was the point. There's no other pictures, don't it? That's boring. So that's really interesting. What's that in the back there? I don't know what's going on. What does it say? Oh, there you go. That was for Robert's funeral. I had a grilled, in car check, his pork grilled steak for Robert's funeral. Bless him. I really liked the bloke. He was a wonderful mate for me when I came to Poland, because he was one of the only people actually who speak bloody English language. So we clicked, and we used to go off together on trails in the mountains, and yeah, I miss you, pal. I really miss you. But there you go. That's the review today of this book. Yeah, wow. And it was given by my friend, my dear friend Robert, now deceased sadly. His mum gave it to him. He gave it to me, and he wrote that lovely message in it. I've tried to repair it. Age is catching us all, but this book had quite a battering, I think. I don't know why, but I've sellotaped it in it. It's very well presented. It's a lovely book, and it's a great read, so I recommend it. If you want to get a copy, grab it, because it's a very interesting read about the bygone age of multimillionaires in the United States of America. In God we trust. In God we trust. Very best wishes. Cheers. Thanks for watching. No, in God I trust. I can never turn this bloody phone off. What's going on now, innit? Why doesn't it switch off, the sod? Come on, switch out. I'll have to crash out of it again. Can you believe it?